What's going good, you guys? TheTCPLive here, back again for another video. Now, I don't know if it's necessarily this breaking news, but this was announced a little bit over an hour ago. And, the it's not the Milwaukee Bucks, excuse me, the Houston Rockets could be stirring something big here. And guys, remember, the NBA draft is indeed tomorrow night. And, the Houston Rockets, they could be making some interesting moves. I mean, they've already made some moves now. Obviously, the Houston Rockets haven't had really a superstar type of player in a few years. Yesterday, they moved over Chase Budinger to the Minnesota Timberwolves for the 18th pick. This was yesterday on Tuesday, and just a little while ago, they traded away. They traded away Samuel Dallenberg to the Milwaukee Bucks. The Rockets will get Sean Livingston and forwards John Lure and John Brockman in the deal. I'm sure not really big names there, Sean Livingston and John Lure and John Brockman, but at the same time they're moving cap space. They're making space for the cap for guys like Chase Budinger, who wasn't really a big guy, but remember, this was the guy that was in the slam dunk competition, for crying out loud. Did he do all that great? No, not really. Then again, it wasn't really a memorable slam dunk competition, at least in my honest opinion, and I'm sure many people feel the same way. However, it seems like the Rockets, they're trying to get something here, so I don't know. For you Rockets fans, I don't know what your team is doing, but something good could come out of this. So anywho, it's just going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow night for the draft. I'm excited. Of course, we all know about Anthony Davis being the #1 pick. We all know that, but we all question what is Michael Jordan going to do tomorrow night with the Charlotte Bobcats. Who's he going to pick at the #2 slot? And I kind of talked about that very briefly in my previous video last night about it, and here I am talking about it 24 hours later. So anywho, we'll see how this goes, and a lot of things can happen, guys. I mean, it's being reported the Hawks are trying to trade Josh Smith to the Lakers for Paul Gasol. It seems like everything is going to go under the sun tomorrow, and you can bet your money on it that tomorrow night I do plan on making a video recapping the draft. And whenever this draft, there's always trades and whatnot, so you can find out here just in case you missed it on Thursday night. And apparently too, the Minnesota Timberwolves are also interested in a former draft pick of theirs, Brandon Roy, who, remember, just last season, beginning of last season, excuse me, announced his retirement due to an injury. And apparently, Brandon Roy, he wants to get back in the NBA. He thinks now that he could be injury free, with his knees and whatnot, and he might play again. So that's a big boost if the Timberwolves can pick him up. I mean, I was always a fan of Brandon Roy. I always thought he was kind of under the radar, a very good, talented player. It was just injuries bothered him, and I think that's what happened to the Timberwolves. I mean, not Timberwolves, the Trailblazers, excuse me. The Trailblazers, let's face it, if the Trailblazers didn't, get if Greg Oden wasn't consistently hurt, and with Brandon Roy, that's a playoff team right there. That's a pretty good playoff team, but they just, had worse luck in that sort of way. And you can blame all you want. Oh, it all started because they skipped out on Jordan and whatever, but I don't think they knew back then that Michael Jordan was going to be that damn good. Be one of the greatest, if not the greatest NBA player of all time. So anyway, I wonder what you guys think. What are the Houston Rockets up to? What's going to happen in the draft tomorrow? What's your predictions? Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Later.